Hello, Taurus. Welcome in, welcome back, welcome to my channel. I am Lisa, and this is North Star Energy Healing. I hope you're all doing well today. It is Saturday, June 14th, and when we add up today's numbers, it is 20, which is a 2, which is balance and choice. I hope you're all doing well. Let me see here. As I was concentrating and focusing on your energy, I was given the oracle decks to use, and I've already pulled those, as you can see. The Enchanted Map Oracle and the Earth Magic Oracle for you guys and gals. And then they want me to use the Angel Wisdom Tarot by Radley Valentine. So we'll see how this pans out. Please do remember that this is a general reading for the collective. This is not a one-to-one. I would be more than happy to do a one-to-one reading for you if you would like. All you have to do is just send me an email and we can set that up. Sorry, I'm trying to get the camera to clear up here. That's better. There we go. Okay, it is kind of a dreary day here. It's not raining or anything. It's just kind of cloudy, but that's all right. Sometimes we need that little bit of shadiness, right? Little bit of feeling like we can relax and slow down and calm down. All right. When it's sunny, it kind of makes us feel like we need to be doing a lot of things, or at least that's what it does to me. I love the sun. Don't get me wrong. The sun is beautiful. I love sunny days, but we need to mix it up. We wouldn't want it to be sunny and 80 every single day because then we wouldn't appreciate it as much. I don't know why I'm saying that. Spirit is giving me whatever words they're giving me. Oh my goodness, Taurus. Okay. All right. So the first deck by Colette Baron Reed is the Enchanted Map Oracle. And the card that came out for you, I've never pulled before. I always consider that quite special. I'm trying to get the words. This is a 26, which is an 8, which funny enough, in the regular tarot, tarot deck, number 8 is strength, which is Leo, and there's a lion in this card. It doesn't look like, it looks like a lion statue, but the card is deep freeze, and you see all the snow and ice there. So let's see what the message is, Taurus. What is going on right now for you? Deep freeze. Everything has its season. Now is the time to put activity on hold while you rest. Okay, Taurus. That is so funny because I was just saying that about cloudy days giving us a chance to kind of rest and slow down. Thank you, Spirit. My guides are just amazing, amazing, amazing. I also wanted to say that take what resonates and leave the rest. Feeling a lot of energy right now for whatever reason about this reading, and I'm having a hard time getting my words out, as you can hear. Please do give the video a like, a share, to help it move around. So we have, funny enough, deep freeze, clouds, and wind. Okay, so it seems like there may be some things going on for you. This cloud card is beautiful, though. Look at it, shape-shifting. It's like, as a kid looking up at the clouds and seeing what we can see in them, a dragon, a bear, a bird, what have you. So clouds, shape-shifting. In both subtle and more dramatic ways, you can shapeshift by your choices of clothing, hairstyle, adornments, and even mannerisms, such as your facial expressions, your gestures, and the way you walk. By adjusting these along with your internal attitude, you can actually display different personas. When you experiment with these variations of self-expression that are not, hold on, I got to turn the page, how you ordinarily present yourself, others will react to you depending on the degree in which your persona contrasts with the one they are most familiar with. Wow, that is so interesting. Wow. So you can shapeshift just by the way you talk, your mannerisms, the way you walk, right? How you react to things, the personality that you are depicting. And it's almost like, so let's say you're going out to a pub with your friends for a few beers. That's one persona. If you were going to a formal dinner, let's say somebody's wedding rehearsal dinner, you're not going to act the same way you act when you're out in a pub with your friends. Okay, I guess Spirit wanted me to give you that example so you understand that it's still you, but it's different sides of you, different facets of you, right? And then you had wind activation. And you see the wind blowing there. There's some red in the back of the sky. It almost looks like a whale or a dolphin, like laughing. I don't know why they brought that to mind, but they did. The lethargy you feel is the result of a lack of activation. In other words, something that stirs your senses. This could be anything from walking outdoors, feeling the breeze on your body, or inhaling the different aromas that nature herself provides. Or it could be finding the pleasure in a warm bath. Gotta turn the page. That helps you release the tension and stress from your mind. And body, excuse me. Music may activate your hearing, which sparks the pleasure centers in your brain. Art may activate your emotional responses. Wow, this is kind of going along with those different personas, right? When we're listening to different types of music, we feel differently. It makes our bodies feel differently. When I listen to music that was from my early teens, it makes me really happy. I think back to that carefree time. When I was a teenager and I didn't have bills and mortgages and things like that. I could just take the day as it came, especially in the summer, when school is out for those 10 or 11 weeks, whatever it is, and you're just feeling like everything beautiful is ahead of you for those summer days. So it just, is bringing to mind all of these different things, different personas, different feelings. And then, in the beginning, that deep freeze card, right? Taking a little bit of time to rest and slow down. So Taurus, I think this maybe you've been going full speed ahead. Okay, that card does not want to go back in. Maybe you're going full speed ahead. You've been working on a lot of things and you need some time to take a rest, like sometimes a cloudy day gives us, right? Okay, let's see. So that card is the Four of Swords. Oh my God. You can't say it better, Spirit. Look at that. Look. The Four of Swords. There's 4 swords in that window behind her, and her armor is sitting there, and she's taking the time to meditate. Insights that come from meditation. The need to rest or take a vacation. Wow, wow, wow. I mean, my guides are never wrong. They're never wrong about the decks they want me to use. They're never wrong about the cards that I pull. Taurus, this is just, they amaze me. Every time I sit down to do this, I'm completely amazed. Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups could be some new romance coming in, your cup overflowing, some sort of offer, something that makes you feel nurtured, loved, happy. Oh my gosh, the Emperor, that's Aries energy right there. That's getting things into order. The Emperor likes everything to be in its place, neat, clean, put away, lists, things like that. He does not like things to be chaotic. All right, we're off to a roaring start here. Well, the lion that's in the deep freeze isn't roaring, but that's how I feel right now about this reading. Oh my gosh, and then my phone, my phone makes the loon call noise. I don't know if you can hear it over the birds, but when it does that, that's an exclamation point on whatever I've said. When we hear loud noises, bells, horns, things like that, and we're doing something, you should pay attention to whatever it is that you're doing in that moment, because it is spirit letting you know, or like I said, putting an exclamation point on things, right? All right, let me give these another shuffle. Those 3 cards came barreling out, and now it's kind of, the deck is taking a pause. Okay. All right, Spirit, what are the next cards for my beautiful Tauruses? Taurus. What's the message for my beautiful Taurians? Oh, okay. Hold on just a moment. Oh my goodness. Those are the things that have, when you have your own business, my husband is on a job where he's repairing a porch, and when he took the old boards out, he found a rotted sill. So now he's got to I have the business phone here because when he's on jobs, he can't really answer it. So that was him saying I need the homeowner's phone number because I ran into this issue, and yeah. So anyway, that's what that was. Okay, Spirit, we are back. We are back. We are back. What do we have for the last two cards for the tarot from this deck for my Tauruses? What is the message? My phone is probably going to ring again, but it's okay. I'll pause it if I need to. Multitasking. That's something we all do. All right, Spirit. One more card from this deck, please. Oh my gosh, quiet, quiet, quiet deck. That's all right. We want the right card. Three cups, one swords, one emperor. Okay. Lots of emotions, which kind of makes sense because you have the deep freeze, the wind, the clouds, with the shape-shifting, the changing. You may be having to wear a few different hats right now, Taurus. Oh boy, and Justice, the balance card. Not quite temperance, but close. All right, let me get these in place, hopefully without knocking. My shirt sleeves were knocking the cards around earlier. All right, let's see. Justice prevails. Justice there. Presiding over. Okay. All right, Taurus. So, deep freeze. Taking some time, right? Going along with that Four of Swords, which is the same exact message, right? Clouds, shape shifting, changing how you are and what your persona is based on the situation that you're in. And then wind, activation, wanting change, I think was that. Did I do with that? Change. Let me just see. Sorry, I forgot. Reflection. Let's see. Oh my goodness gracious. Taurus, I'm so sorry. This is a little discombobulated. Now I can't even turn the page. Is that, did I read the right thing? Oh no. Okay. Sorry. The lethargy you feel is a result of the lack of activation, something that stirs your senses. This could be anything from walking outdoors, feeling, okay, so it's wanting some stimulation is kind of what it is. Now is the time for action. Engage in some activity and be fully present. Okay, so once you've gone through this deep freeze, this meditation, figuring out the situation, then you want to get activated. However you do that, right? Some people like to walk. Some people like to listen to music. Some people like to draw. That's what, we were talking about earlier in the reading, right? So then we've looked at this already, but I just want to show it again. Insights that come from meditation, slowing down, that deep freeze, right? And then the Ace of Cups. This could go along with that wind, that activation, something coming in, something being offered. A beautiful new emotional experience, Taurus. A romantic relationship or deep friendship. Awakening of your psychic abilities or spiritual insights. A love letter or a new home. New beginning that's emotional. Something new that's emotional. The Emperor. Look at that. That's Michael. Isn't he just beautifully depicted in this card? He looks like, a king, the king cards in the tarot deck, sitting on the throne, getting ready to step off, right? He's got the world in one hand and the sword of truth in the other. Logic and organization will increase your success. Take charge of the situation. Accept a leadership role. Structure and discipline. Yeah, the Emperor also can be Aries, right? So you want to get things organized after you've had a chance to take some time in that deep freeze to figure out who you are, who you want to be, who you're going to present yourself as. Then you're moving ahead, getting things organized, right? Getting activated with that Cups, that Emperor, and that Wind card. Six of Cups. This is nostalgia, more emotion. Children or childhood. Remember in the beginning I was talking about how when I listen to certain music, it brings me back to certain times, right? Revisiting old dreams or plans, embracing your inner child, the return of people or romances from your past, romanticizing how things used to be. Now, right after that is the Two of Cups, which can be partnership and romance. It can be. It doesn't have to be, but it can be, right? So talking about romance coming back from the past, falling in love, or the resurgence of a romantic relationship. That's exactly what that says. Now, I don't typically do love readings because everybody has their choices, and sometimes even though this person could be the right one, we choose the wrong one. It's like that classic old, girls that are attracted to the bad boys type thing, and vice versa, right? So this Two of Cups, forgiveness and the ending of challenges. Yes. Exchanging gifts. Don't give up on the people you love. Yeah, this is all tying in pretty beautifully. So, up here, we have all this information about what's going to come next after you've had a chance to think about it, meditate on it, listen to it, figure out which persona is going to come out when you're activated with this offer here, with this Ace of Cups, right? Ace of Cups, Six of Cups, Two of Cups, all that emotion. So something very emotional, but really definitely could be. It's so funny. These cards are like, these are the two kids and these are the two adults. Is there somebody that you grew up with that's playing a very important role in your life right now? And perhaps you married a childhood friend, or perhaps you're dating a childhood friend. Again, I don't do romance readings. I'm not drawn to doing love readings. There are too many variables. I feel like I would just disappoint all of you if I were to do those love and romance readings. So, another thing is, this is a 6, this is a 2, this was a 26, this is 8, right? 8 and the lion depicting strength. Here we have 8 again depicting strength. Possibly you have someone from your childhood that is a very strong friend. It may not be a lover, but it's somebody that you've always been able to count on and go to, right? This can be 2 guys, 2 gals, a gal and a guy, whatever the situation is. That Emperor card, yeah, being logical, right? Taking charge of a situation, having discipline, structure, and organization. I would love for you to comment, Taurus, and let me know how this resonates. The last card out of the tarot is Justice. Now, in this deck, there is the judge or whatever sitting on there with the scales, but also 2 swords. In my other deck, Lady Justice has 1 sword. 2 swords, choice, balance, totally, right? This is also the Libra card. Be impartial and objective. Stand up for what you believe. Try to see all sides of a situation. You will win if your position is one of integrity. Yeah, you want to always have integrity, right? Okay, in this deck, and I remember I noticed this before. I think Justice in the regular tarot is 11. In this deck, Justice is 8. So you have 8, 8, 8, okay? Infinity and mastery, right? That's what that is. Okay, what's the Emperor? The Emperor is a 4. 4 and 4 is 8. In between, you have that Ace of Cups. Yeah, I don't know, Taurus. It seems like 8s are pretty prominent in your reading. It seems like there are a lot of messages about stopping to really think about something, meditating, listening to your gut, being logical, right? And getting activated, getting motivated about something that you want to do. Now you have the Empress. So you have the pair there, the Emperor and the Empress. The Emperor being the energy of all four kings, the Empress being the energy of all four queens. You have the Nine of Pentacles. That's abundance right there. Yeah, Taurus. Wowee. I'm just using my mini tarot here just to see if there's anything else that Spirit has to say about this. It seems like a very, oh my God. We were talking about the Ace of Swords, the Sword of Truth, and the element of truth with Michael's one sword there. And now you have the Ace of Swords. Okay, so something, some truth that needs to come to light is definitely lingering, okay? Whether it's you being truthful with yourself, you being truthful with another, but definitely look at that. Ace of Swords. Aces are new beginnings. Oh, come on. Swords are communication. This is a new beginning with the truth. Oh my God, this thing. Come on. It has a really hard time getting focused when I use this deck. I have no idea why it does this. It starts to focus and then it goes right out of focus again. There we go. See how that Ace of Swords is being held up by those two glaciers? Funny that I picked this deck rather than my mini Gilded Tarot to do it, because you have the deep freeze right in the beginning. So maybe there's an element of truth that needs to come out to bring you out of the deep freeze, is what I'm hearing, right? Wow. Okay. And then you have the Empress, the energy of all four queens embodied. She's sitting there perfectly comfortable and happy. This is almost the complete opposite energy of the Emperor, who's running around trying to get everything organized. This is telling you to balance things out, right? Balance things out with whatever is going on with this when you're getting activated here, when you're supposed to be focusing and listening to your intuition. And this here, I don't know. And then you have the Nine of Pentacles. She has created much beauty. Nines are accomplishment. What have you been accomplishing, Taurus, right? I know you love beautiful things. Tauruses typically love to have a beautiful home, a clean car. They like to present themselves very nicely to the public. This is there is a falcon that she has there. So that when you have a falcon and you're working with falcons, or any bird really, there is an element of intuition, discipline, and all of that goes with that type of thing, right? You also have to quell your fears. That also can go with working with falcons. So, wow, lots of packed in stuff here. Definitely you need to take some time to reflect. Definitely there is some sort of truth or honesty, something that needs to come out. Remember the Two Swords and the Justice cards, like you have a choice, right? About being truthful with yourself and with others, right? So that's really interesting as well. Okay. Taurus, wow, I don't even know what to say about this. They're drawing me to the two kids and the two adults there. The two kids with the Six of Cups and the two adults with the Two of Cups. That cherub, I don't know. I would love to know, did you rekindle a relationship? It doesn't have to be love. It could just be a friendship. Or do you have a friend that's a lifelong friend that's been with you, and something recently happened between the two of you? I'm just really feeling something to do with a childhood friendship. It could be a romance. I'm not saying it 100% it won't be, but definitely with those cards, the way they look, it's like now they're giving me the word growth. So it could be that your friendship or romance has grown a lot between this person from the youth of your relationship to the adulthood of your relationship. Interesting, Spirit. Thank you. All right, we're going to try to get an Animal Oracle card. I just ordered another deck because I had a small deck that I traded for this big one, but I didn't realize how big it actually is. So it's a little hard for me to shuffle with my little hands. Not that I want bigger hands. My hands are just right for my body. It's just hard to shuffle this deck. I have a couple of decks that are really big, and I love the decks so much. But it's a challenge for me to shuffle them. Spirit, please help me. Help us. What's the card that my Tauruses need from the Animal Oracle today? What do they need to add to all of this we've already had? Yeah, the strength of the lion, the eights. Remember the eights. The deep freeze. I just think, that Ace of Swords between two glaciers and the deep freeze could have something to do with, being in the deep freeze, stopping and slowing down before you take an offer, possibly, because, Aces being new beginnings and that Ace of Swords being offered seemingly out of the clouds. It's like that in most of the tarot decks. So yeah, maybe something needs to wait. That offer comes in unannounced. Maybe you just didn't even understand or know that it was coming, but you've got to take some time to meditate, focus, shapeshift, get activated. So you have the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Cups, remember. You've got two aces. Definitely something new is coming in. Swords are communication. Cups are... Oh, man, I love that card. I knew if I just stuck with it, the card would come out. Cups are nurturing, love, that type of thing. And you see how the Ace of Cups is placed right kind of in between these two here. Oh, man, Taurus, I hope somebody comments because this is a really interesting reading. Black Jaguar, Old Soul. Walk through life with confidence and grace. You have power from beyond the world. Focus on what you really want, Tauruses. You can create your dreams. Yeah, and probably coming out of that deep freeze eventually, and that Four of Swords, you have both of those messages. You will be able to create what it is that you want with balance, with truth, right? With a good friend or a good partner. I have faith in you, Taurus. I really hope this has helped. Please don't forget to give it a like. Thank you so much for being here, for viewing me, for viewing this message. Peace and kindness every single day. I love you all.